United preview. So it's a preview of the banter clubs. Neither of them, neither the managers or the players would look at a place in a comedy club, to be honest with you, because both of them this year have been awful. So we've got a United fan with us tonight. We've got United Vlogs TV with us. Adrian, how you doing, bro?
Not too bad, mate. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome. Also, we've got all the way from Vancouver, Stan the Man. So you might have seen some of his content he's been sending us on the match day. So it's nice to have you as well, Stan.
Thanks for inviting me on.
We've also got Crazy Gooner.
All right, lads.
Gunner for Life, Simon.
Right.
Who's been waiting for this game since the start of the season. I think he's more excited about Arsenal Man U than he is Arsenal Tottenham. And also Terry, I'm a Gooner. How you doing, Terry? You all right?
Yeah, not bad, Frank. How are you?
Oh, good. First, we'll start off with you, Adrian. First, tell us about your channel, what you're trying to do with it.
Yeah, literally, going off of last season, I just decided, I think it was near enough around when we played you in the FA Cup. I think that might have been January. I decided just to set up a channel because I love vlogs. Literally anyone that does vlogs, especially with football, it's just caught my interest. So I just thought, let me just have a go at it and see if I'm any good at it. So I just thought, let me just try something new. So that's how I got started, really. So I've been doing it now since roughly the new year. So I've just been doing the vlogs, doing the match previews and reactions. Just see how it goes. The numbers are going up, which is good to see. But hopefully, with a bit more luck this season, I can get somewhere with it. And obviously, if anyone can leave feedback as well, that would be great.
And where can people find you? What's that noise in the background? Who's after that? Who's doing the banging?
Not mine.
No one's at mine, mate.
No one's saying they're doing it.
No.
What's all that talking in the background? Who is all that? Anyway, so where can they find you, mate?
Yeah, my socials are all the same: Twitter, Instagram, and my YouTube. United Vlog TV. So just UTV Vlog TV, and you'll find all my content on there.
Brilliant. So anyone who wants to go and check Adrian out, United Vlog TV, go and give him a follow, especially after this game as well, because we're going to come back to him and get the reaction, win, lose, or draw. So be nice to find out what Adrian thinks of it. Adrian, do you get to go to any games? Because I know you're in London. It's difficult.
Yeah, I'm a season ticket holder. I've had my tickets since, I've had it since like 2007, so it's like 12 years now. So I just try and make as many games as I can, home and away. And you can obviously, when Fergie was in charge, I got more than my money's worth when he was there. But obviously, since 2013, it's been a bit difficult. But I've been hanging in there. But you know what? For me, I got to stick with my team, win, lose, or draw, no matter what. And obviously, we're going through a really bad patch right now. But for me, I believe light is there at the end of the tunnel, mate.
Well, I think the thing with all of us is, even though we finished above you 5 out of the last 6 years, we haven't beat you at Old Trafford for quite a long time. So
it's been a while, isn't it?
we can never take the game for granted, and United always turn up against us, home or away, really, regardless of form. Stan, can you hear me?
Hello, mate.
You're right, Stan. What's your outlook on Arsenal at the moment this season, and also United?
I was quite worried at the beginning of the season, just from the performances that I've seen. But I'm one of those that's kind of like hoping and praying that once Emery has all of the tools at his disposal, once you've got your Tierney's back, and once you've got your Bellerin back, holding all on good fitness. So I'm looking at around Christmas time. I'm hoping that when we get to that part of the year and everybody's up and firing, that we'll see something quite good.
And out of those players you just mentioned, do you think any of them are going to start on Monday?
It's all down to fitness, isn't it? I'd like to see him play. Obviously, I think Holding has a good shout to play. I think he's probably a little bit more fitter than the others. But I don't think there's any sense in rushing somebody back for that game and then risking them, having another niggle again and staying out. I'd rather, if they're not 100%, then just wait. We've waited this long, so another game's not going to hurt.
Adrian, what's your team news? Do you know any team news at the moment for United on Monday?
Do you know what? At the moment, all I know is that Luke Shaw is still going to be out. So left back is going to be, a bit questionable who they put in there. They most likely will put Ashley Young in there. Anthony Martial, he didn't play last night. So I think if he is going to be back, it will definitely be for Monday. Pogba came back yesterday. So at the moment, it's just mainly those players that we're waiting on.
So it's Martial and Pogba would be back, would they?
I'm hoping that he'll be back for Monday. Shaw's definitely out. Shaw's not going to be playing. Rashford, he didn't play yesterday. I think Ollie's going to try and save him for Monday. Even if he doesn't start, I'm pretty sure he might get a few minutes. I think the press conference for Ollie will be tomorrow, Friday. I'll just have to see what the update is from Friday going forward.
With Pogba and Martial in, how would your team line up, in your opinion? What would be your starting 11 for United starting 11?
My starting 11, going by what it looks like now, De Gea in goal, Wan-Bissaka at right back. Centre halves would definitely have to be Maguire and Lindelof. Ashley Young most likely would start at left back. Midfield 3, McTominay, Pogba, and I would put Fred in, but knowing Ollie, you'll probably put Matic in, to be honest with you. Front 3, Daniel James will definitely start considering the form he's been in since the start of the season. And then it would probably be, if Martial's fit, Martial will definitely start. And then he'll probably end up putting Lingard on the right-hand side.
Going for life, that Man United team, it's hardly a team that you're shaking your boots to. How do you see the game going?
To be honest, I'm not even worried about Man United. I'm not.
Don't you think you're a bit too overconfident? I don't think that's.
I'm not overconfident. I'm not overconfident. I just don't think I've got no to worry about. To be honest, to see what happened against Rochdale. Everyone added a starting 11, like a combined 11 today on Twitter. Mixed feelings, and people are saying, "Where's Pogba? Where's Pogba? Why should Pogba be in that? He don't turn up." Matteo Guendouzi's done more this season than what Pogba's done in midfield. Pogba only gets picked because of his name.
He's a good player, sir. He's a good player.
He's a good player. He's a very good player. Very good player. He's world class on his day. But Man United fans at the minute, they don't know if he's staying or going. And then there's talks about him signing a new contract. Why, at the minute? Why would he sign a new contract unless it's more money? But they still pick him in the 11. But I think we'll get the result on Monday.
What is all this background noise?
I know. What was that then?
God knows.
Aussie Gooners just asked a question. This is for United Vlogs. Can you ask United Vlogs TV? Has Maguire been playing? Has Maguire been playing? I've only seen him 2 games for United this season. What about Maguire?
Maguire, we needed him. We needed him because he's definitely better than what United had before. And as you probably know, Mourinho was crying out for him a season before, and we didn't get him. And our defence completely fell apart. So obviously he's come in now. He's looking solid at the back, and he's just starting to build that partnership with Lindelof. But he has been solid. The only thing I'd question about Maguire is his pace, but that's where Lindelof steps in. So they kind of compensate each other. But Maguire was definitely needed, but he has been solid so far.
And what have you made of Arsenal this season?
Do you know what? With Arsenal, I felt that you guys really suffered without Holding. And I know recently heard he's just come back, as well as Bellerin and Tierney. But I reckon if you guys can keep them fit throughout the season, you can make top 4 because you won't leak that many goals. If you had those guys from last season, you would have made top 4. Losing Holding was your biggest loss, but you've got him back now, and for you guys at the right time. So I reckon you'll be a lot better because obviously up front you've got no issues. Defence is where the problem was. So I think if you keep your back 4 of Tierney, Holding, Luis, and Bellerin, I don't think you guys are going to have many issues this season if you keep them fit.
Stan, what have you made of Arsenal this season?
Say again?
What have you made of Arsenal this season?
I've been quite worried in some of the games that I've seen. At the end of last season, we kind of really crashed at those last few games, and in the pre-season, and then the season started again, and I didn't really see that much improvement, to be honest with you. I mean, the only shining light is that we've got a clutch of youngsters that look like there's a few of them that could make the step up. I used to watch a lot of the youngster games in the Carabao Cup and the League Cup under Wenger, And I just look at some of those youngsters, and I was used to think, well, I don't know if any of them look like they're going to make it. But there's a few here that do. So, I think as the season comes on and they're getting more integrated, and some of those injured players come back, I'm hoping that there's going to be a significant improvement. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, so I'm just reading the comments as well. Are you? Do you think Emery's going to turn things around or not?
Say again. So I've got a really bad hearing problem here from my end.
Do you think Emery's going to turn things around?
Well, that's one of my questions. If we get to like the Christmas period and everybody's back in the team, and we still have the same sort of problems that we've been having towards the beginning of the season, does that then mean that those players are now shit? Or does it mean that the coaching and instructions that the team's being given is all wrong? So I think coming back, I'll be able to make a better decision on
that. Terry, at this game, is it obviously both managers are under pressure. I think Ollie more than Emery.
Yeah.
Because I think I'm the only one. I'm the only one who's publicly said I want Emery to go.
I want him to go.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, I want him to go as well.
I think I've stated many a times on this channel that I wanted him out.
Given the end result, do you think one of these managers would be under even more pressure? Well, they will be under more pressure, but do you think it would be enough for the fans to turn on either one?
Yeah, definitely. I definitely think it will be. I mean, obviously, you got the players coming back. Tierney, who had a great game in midweek. Olding, outstanding game and all. Bellerin coming on for 10, 15 minutes. I mean, you're looking at two out of the three of them for me should be starting against United on Monday night. So really, I mean, he should have a strong team apart from one or two players Monday night, Emery. So in my eyes, if we don't win this, then there's something seriously wrong still. I mean, with Ollie, as I said to Terry on the terraces a few weeks ago, I think, unfortunately for your Man United, they're in disarray. They're a team really that at the moment they've bought a player, Daniel James, who at the moment is their best player in the team.
But bear in mind we're shit away.
Well, I've got it here. The thing that's worrying to me, obviously, is that the last 5 games we've played at Old Trafford, we've drawn 3 and lost 2. We haven't won at Old Trafford since September 2006, which is a long time now. And in our last 5 games with Man United, we've won 1, drawn 1, and lost 3. So, but if you look at some of them games, I mean, the Man United team have been terrible. But yeah, it's the formation and the players that the managers have picked going to Old Trafford against United that have spoiled it. And that's what I think, unfortunately, might happen on Monday. Saka is going to start on Monday night. No matter what we say, he's going to start on Monday night, and that's going to be our downfall because we're going to play too defensive in my eyes. When really, this is the worst Man United team that we're going to be playing against, and we should go out there with our strongest team on Monday and make us.
Simon, seriously, if that noise don't stop, I'm going to have to. If that noise don't stop in the background, I'm going to have to drop the screen.
Do what?
If that banging noise don't stop, I can't carry on doing the stream.
It's just somebody in the kitchen, that's all.
Yeah, I know, but the thing is, we're trying to film something.
I know, I understand that.
Yeah, so as I said, I just think this is the worst Man United team we're going to be up against. And really, this is a great night for Emery to stand up, be strong, be a top manager, and pick his strongest players and go out and annihilate United. But for me, if he picks Saka, then unfortunately, we're going to be too defensive, be on the back foot from the start, and it's going to be a really tough game at Old Trafford for us.
Yeah, it will. So, Kaiser Guna, what's your team to face United?
I'd love to say I put Tierney and Bellerin straight in, but like Stan was saying, I think it will be a mistake, man. It could be a step backwards. Do you know what I mean? it'd have to be Kolasinac, which I'm fucking concerned about, man, because I think James is going to rip him an absolute new one. That's where I think our downfall's going to be down our left. Yeah, because James looks good, man. He's quick as well. You know what? I don't even know about centre-back. I'd go Chambers and Socrates, yeah? All right? I'd go Chambers and Socrates. I think Holding, he's come back well through the under-23s and obviously on shoot against Nottingham Forest. I still don't know if it's a different kind of game, do you know what I mean? It's fucking Nottingham Forest at home to United away, different, completely different tempo. Right back, you're going to laugh, yeah? I put Mustafi there, man. Because I think against Tottenham last season away, he done a right and right back. He done a job. Better than Maitland-Niles. Midfield, Guendouzi. I'd go Guendouzi, Torreira, Willock. Up front, Aubameyang. I don't think Lacazette's back, is he? So I'll put Aubameyang on the right, Pepe, and on the left, I'd actually put Martinelli.
Terry, who would you put?
Well, I think, like I said, he's got to go strong in my eyes. This is the game for him now to play these players. They're back from injury. They've had a couple of games now in the under-23s. They played last week in the midweek. So my team would be obviously Leno in goal, Tierney, and I'd have Holding and Mustafa. I mean, I wouldn't have had him in my team at all, but the last two games he played, credit where credit's due, he's looked solid with Holding. So I'd have Tierney, Holding, Mustafa, and Chambers at right back because I don't think Bellerin is 100% fit, but I'd have him on the bench. Then I'd have a diamond midfield of Torreira, Holding midfielder, with Willock and Guendouzi just in front of him, with Tobias just behind Pepe and Lacazette up front.
Simon?
If you played that team, I think we're absolutely annihilated.
Who did you say up front?
Pepe and Lacazette. Sorry, Aubameyang.
Simon?
What, we starting 11?
Yeah.
I'd have Leno in goal. I'd have I'd have Chambers at right back. I'd have Holding at centre back with David Luiz. I'd have Kieran Tierney as the left back because what I saw and what I watched against Nottingham Forest, that boy's ready. I'd also have Torreira in his DM. I'd have Guendouzi at the side of him. I'd have Ceballos in the Joe Willock in the 10, and then I'd have Ceballos on the left, like Aubameyang up top, and Nicolas Pepe on the right.
Yeah, I'll go. And who did you have as centre backs?
My centre backs, Holding and Luiz, because I'd have to have Callum Chambers on the right hand side because I thought he actually did well.
Yeah, I thought.
And with him and Tierney.
Not Luiz though. Oh God.
I hope Holding's fit enough. If he is, then obviously I'll have him as centre back. I
think he's ready. To be honest, I thought he was ready.
Yeah, if he isn't, then I'll go Mustafi centre back, and drop Socrates.
Yeah. Just while we're on the subject of Holding, let's be honest, the way he come back in midweek and the leadership he showed when he got that captain's armband, if the players don't pick him as captain, then I don't know what's going on there. Instead of Zaka,
yeah,
that's ridiculous.
Emery ain't got no bottle, man. He ain't got no bottle to fucking make a bold decision. Everyone should slag Wenger. At least he said to Sess, you know what, kid? You're fucking good enough, mate. All right, well, we needed to keep him, but you're good enough. There's a fucking armband. If you want to be captain for 10 years, you be captain, yeah? This kid, mate, can be there for 10 years. Just give him the armband, yeah? And he's going to grow. He's going to grow, yeah? But this manager, mate, is fucking toothless. I'm telling you now.
He's got no credibility in my eyes. How can you say that I want to have 5 captains? It's fucking pathetic.
Never heard anything like it in my life.
Stan. What would your starting 11 be?
I've got really bad listening problems here. I'm going to drop out for a moment, and if I can get onto my laptop, then I'll try and join because I literally can't hear what anyone's saying. Okay, I don't know if you can hear me clearly over here. No. So if I can get on with my laptop, I'll come back and join. All right.
Sweet stuff.
Okay, mate.
What would your team be, Sonny?
Mine would be Leno, Chambers right back, left back. Obviously, I will go to Kieran Tierney. If Bellerin's not fit, that's why I'm going for Chambers. Central defence, I'm going Mustafi and Luiz. I'm sorry. I forgot about Holding. Sorry, I'll go Holding and Mustafi.
Yeah.
Midfield three of Ceballos, Torreira, and Guendouzi. And up front, I'll go Pepe. On the other side, I'll go Saka and Martinelli. Not Martinelli, Aubameyang. Yeah. That's where I'll go. And I think that'd be enough to beat United, to be honest with you.
I tell you what, though, I bet we could even chuck Martinelli in against Man United, and that guy have done brilliant.
I think you're underrating United a bit too much, you know. It might come back.
I think he's fantastic, absolutely brilliant. Lee Gunner were the first one though to tell everyone about him. Lee Gunner was first one.
United vlog. What do you make of Arsenal fans underestimate you too much?
Do you know what? To be fair, I know you guys obviously be confident going into this game, especially getting all your injured players back, and you're probably playing United at the right time, considering United are shambles at the moment. But the thing is, United can lose to little teams, but then when it comes to a rival, they just somehow manage to step up.
Yeah.
And they've done it plenty of times before. Like, for example, I think it was when Van Gaal was in charge and United had so many injuries, and Rashford made his second game after that European debut. Everyone was thinking Arsenal was easily going to win this. And then all of a sudden, United stepped up with the kids and won. So you'd never know. United could manage to step up tomorrow night. I'm not expecting a win, because I'll be happy to take a draw considering the form they're in. But I wouldn't totally write United off, to be honest with you, mate, because you never know what could happen.
They turned up last year. Man United.
You know what? They turn up, yeah. But I'll give my opinion here, all right? And I ain't going to disrespect Man United. They're still a big team. The problem here, if Arsenal don't win this game, they're fucking bottled it, mate. Because that game is definitely be taken, yeah? With the players we got up front, it's the same as last year, mate, and the year before. Fucking bottle jobs, mate. Yeah. And that is Arsenal in a nutshell, mate.
Yeah.
They're a bunch of fucking bottle jobs. And I hate to say it, man. We love our team, but it's the truth. If we can't go there and beat that United team, yeah, there's a fucking problem, mate. There's a big problem.
I totally agree with you.
Go on, Adrian.
What is it that you reckon? Is it Emery's tactics? Where do you think the main problem is with Emery? Is it selection? What is he doing wrong in your opinion?
Mentality.
I think the poison of our club is Saka. I've said it a few times now. He just won't drop him, and he's one of the worst players I've ever seen. To be honest, I think you've got the same problem with Popper. I think he's exactly the same. Everyone keeps talking about him. He's a great player. Apart from a few games for France, really, I've not seen this Popper that everyone keeps talking about. I've not seen him turn up to a game. He's a bit like Ozil, really. He might do it for one game, but that's about it. Do you know what I mean? But the same with Saka. He's so defensive. And when we play him, we're such a defensive team, and all our players are in our own half. We don't have our strikers in the opposing half with Saka. And you could see that against who did we play? Villa last week. As soon as Saka come off, Guendouzi was like a world-class player. He's free. The shackles are off. Do you know what I mean?
All right. You know what? Lingard ain't scored, I think, like since before Christ nearly, yeah? So he'll score Monday.
God, don't start jinxing
it. He got his first assist last night, and that was since last December.
There you go. So he started just in time. And Adrian, to your response, what you're saying, what do we think the problem is? I think the problem is a mix of things. I think old habits die hard. Some of Wenger's players, yeah? All right? Yeah. If you're changing your tactics to 3-4 different types of tactics, man, if you go to, I've said it before on the channel, if you go to work and your boss asks you to do a different role every single week, you're going to master none of them. Yeah? So these players have a problem.
You've got to ask yourself why he keeps changing his tactics. The whole reason for me is why he keeps changing his tactics every week is to accommodate Saka.
Yeah, but everything's fine now because we've beaten Nottingham Forest. Not Forest, Aston Villa. We come back against Aston Villa with 10 men. Everything's rose in the garden. Everything's fine with Emery now.
Not notorious for European champions. You know what I mean? So that's what we've got to be careful of.
No, but the whole fan base turned. As soon as Aubameyang scored that free kick, the whole fan base who was swearing at half time was all turned. They're all back at Emery again.
We got out of jail, man. We got out of jail that game. I don't
did massively.
You know what? I'm trying so hard. I'm trying so hard to support this guy, right? But I can't.
But
right? And I'll tell you something, right? The team selection is everything on Monday.
Yeah,
if you don't get this team selection right on Monday, you know, I'm glad I'm not. I'm actually glad I'm not going. I'll get arrested. I'll get arrested in Manchester. I'm glad I'm not going.
Tell you what, I mean, what was we talking about? The Carabao Cup the other day, weren't we? No, we can't even be bothered with it. It's just, you know what I mean? It's the wrong cup. But to be fair, the team that he picked was exciting. It was the most exciting team that I've watched this season. Why can't he do that in the Premiership? Why can't he pick that team in the Premiership?
Because he's scared.
I'll tell you what, though, watching Kieran Tierney, I know I keep going on about him, but watching him, I was so excited. I've never been that excited for a left back since Ashley Cole, and I saw him live as well. He's so good, so bloody good.
Right, I mean,
he's one direct. He's literally one direct.
He looked so.
He got the ball, they crossed it in, he headed it down, he chased it, he ran it halfway length at pitch, and then he just turned round and just passed it to someone else. And then as soon as he passed it, everyone's going forward. He was the only one that went back.
Yeah.
You know,
unbelievable.
I've got no doubt that Kieran Tierney is going to be a star at Arsenal at all.
He is. He's fantastic.
No doubt in my mind at all.
He needs other decent players around him, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. But you know what? Kieran Tierney is a winner as well. Yeah. He's a winner.
Scottish as well, so he takes no shit.
He's going to be number 2 behind Ashley Young, isn't he? Let's be honest.
Oh, Jesus.
Right, I want to ask something interesting. I've already seen it on Twitter. Right, okay. United vlog. Can you give me your combined team, Arsenal United?
All right.
Because to be honest with you, you shocked the hell out of me.
Did I? Well, I just got to be real with it, mate. On current form, I have to be real with it.
I actually put more United players in my combined team than you did.
Did you?
Yeah.
Bloody hell, Jesus, mate!
I don't know why I could put so many United players in.
I would have put. Yeah, the United players I would have put into the combined level would have been De Gea. Mm-hmm. I think it's better than Leno. De Gea world class. Like how bad a time he's having, he's still world class, right? Yep. And I'll also put Pogba in our midfield. I'll take Pogba in our midfield any day of the week.
No,
I wouldn't.
The guy is world class. I don't care what you say.
He might be world class, but he's also a trouble.
It doesn't matter. We're not talking about trouble or whatever. The geezer's world class, right? It's better than any of them.
When's the last time we had a world class game?
It doesn't matter. It's better than any of our midfielders, right? Also, Wan-Bissaka, I put in.
No.
And I'll also put in Martial as well.
Yeah.
No.
Nice.
Yeah, Wan-Bissaka and Martial, I would. Yes.
I mean, anyone.
If I was to do one,
I can't understand how you can slate Pogba. I really can't. Last year, everyone's slagging him off that he had a bad season. Look how many goals he scored last year. What midfielder have we got in our team who scored as many goals as Pogba? No one.
Last year, Ramsey was better than Pogba. Last year. Of course he was.
Ozil has actually scored more goals than Pogba. He's got more assists. I'm just saying.
How can you say Ramsey was better than Pogba last season?
And I class both of them as frauds.
Willock over Pogba. Willock is not even a first-team regular. Pogba's a World Cup winner. How can you put Willock over Pogba?
Pogba is the winner. Don't matter.
What Matteo Guendouzi is doing this season, though, is what Man United want Paul Pogba to do on a weekly basis.
He's done it in 2 games, mate.
Thing is, right, if Pogba's got world-class players around him like he does for France and like he used to for Juve, you'll see the best out of him. You put him with like Kante, you'll get the best out of him. You put him with Matic, it ain't gonna work, bro.
That's just exactly the same as Ozil. I put Ozil in the same thing. You look at Ozil for Germany, he's fantastic. But when you're playing with people like Zakar and Mustafi and Louise,
it's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen. Exactly.
Yeah.
You can't.
That's it. He pissed me off and all on that game against Forest when he went off, just taking his time, strolling, and I think he kicked a water bottle. I'll be glad when he's gone, to be honest. Sorry.
I mean, I'm a lover of Ozil, to be honest, and I don't think that any of our managers are played to his capability.
No,
unfortunately, he's got to go now. You know what I mean? He's getting 350 grand a week. He's not even playing. So
he's got to go.
Right, all right, United Vlogs. I want you to compare your combined 11 with Aussie Gooner's combined 11. So he's gone for the Gea in goal.
Yeah.
Who are you going for?
Leno.
Yeah. That's what shocked me. Well, he's got Tierney left back. Who are you going left back?
Tierney as well.
Okay, Holding. Maguire. Wan-Bissaka right back.
Wan-Bissaka, yeah.
He's gone Pogba centre mid.
No, I didn't go Pogba. I picked Guendouzi.
Thank you. Me and him are on the same page. Okay. My guy.
He's gone Torreira and Willock.
I've gone Torreira and Ceballos.
That's what I say as well. Right, left wing. No, he's got left wing. He's got. Well, you can't have Laka Aussie Gunner because he's not fit. So who would you go as left wing?
Martial.
Okay, so you got. I take it you got Aubameyang up front, not David James.
I got Aubameyang up front. Yeah.
And who have you gone right wing?
Pepe.
Okay.
I told you, apart from goalkeeper, I picked the same team.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, for me,
would you sell Pogba next season? Would you want Pogba to go?
Honestly, I would love for him to stay, but honestly, being real, his mind is to leave. He wanted to go this summer, and United literally forced him to stay. Real Madrid were prepared to put in a bid for him, and I'm thinking if we got something like 150 mil, we could have got ourselves maybe 2, maybe 3 midfielders that want to be at the club, build from there, and we would have been all right. But you forced him to stay. He's been professional, fair play to him. He's just got on with it, even though he's not exactly in his best form at the moment. But I would have let him go, in all honesty. To keep a player that wants to leave isn't a good idea.
I thought Bruno Fernandes you were going to get.
I really
thought you were going to get Bruno.
Yeah, because they were scouting him. They were scouting him for so long. And then it's like, that's the thing I hate about Ed Woodward. You know, the guy hasn't got a clue. If this was David Gill, I'd have no issues. Ollie would have everything he wanted. But when you got someone like Woodward in charge, it's all going to go wrong, mate. And if you look at Woodward since he's come into Manchester United, he had one good season under Mourinho when we finished second, even though we finished like 20-odd points behind City. But other than that, the guy's completely useless. And as long as he's there, United ain't going to get anywhere back to where they were before.
That's it. If you take Ed Woodward out and you say you got Raul Sanelli, it fixed Man United in 2 years.
Yeah.
Raul Sanelli's that good. He would fix United in 2 years. Not just by buying big names, because he don't do that, but he'd fix off the pitch.
Simon, if Raul Sanelli's that good, why have we got Socrates and what's his name, Luiz in our defence?
We ain't sorted us out yet.
Exactly.
So does that. Are you kidding me? Have a look at players that have gone.
I don't think it's for the
Man United have sent Alexis Sanchez to Italy with no obligation to buy.
Forget about the players that have gone. What's come? You tell me what's come.
You've got to give it time. No, you've got to give it time, though.
Give your praise time then, because you can't be praising him. That is the best thing since last period. When he ain't done nothing yet.
I'm just saying, you've got to give it time.
How long's he been there?
About a year and a half now.
A year and a half. So what? He's had 2-3 windows.
Something like that, yeah.
So,
two of the windows we couldn't get anyone. Like, couldn't spend big money because of FFP. We couldn't do that because of how much the wage bill. He's took 50 million off the wage bill in one summer.
Sod the FFP. No one else seems to worry about it. Why do we worry about it?
Wasn't he behind the Aubameyang deal as well?
No, he wasn't.
I don't understand it.
No, that was Sven Mislintat.
He went with him, though.
No, he weren't there. He wasn't there, was he?
I thought I saw a picture of him. There was a picture of him outside the training ground.
Was he?
Right, outside the building.
It'll go there for negotiations and stuff. When Pepe's deal was getting close to being done and it looked like he were going to Napoli, what he did, he left America to come over and get that deal done because Napoli were close to getting him.
He wasn't involved in Aubameyang, was he? Because I thought it was Ferrari.
No, that was Sven Mislintat. That was Sven Mislintat
and Gazidis.
Yeah, Mislintat was the full steam for Aubameyang because that's why he brought in Mkhitaryan and let Alexis Sanchez go. Because Mkhitaryan and Aubameyang, he had the idea of trying to bring back all Dortmund's old players and make them into Arsenal, and it didn't work But with Aubameyang, it did work.
If he was that good as you say he is, right? He'll turn water into wine. He'll have got rid of.
He will.
He would have got rid. No, he would have got rid of.
This is what Raul Sinelli did when he was at Barcelona, right?
I don't care.
Thierry Henry.
I don't care what he done at Barcelona.
No, you're asking me for an example. You're asking me for an example.
I'm asking you. Why he hasn't got Mesut Ozil at the club? He's that good. Why hasn't he got Mesut Ozil at the club?
Well, they're working on it, but I'm trying to give you an example. I can't give an example without mentioning other clubs.
Barcelona, not Arsenal.
No, I know, but you asked for an example.
Barcelona could click their fingers. They can have any player in the world. You can't compare them to Arsenal.
Adrian's loving this, brother. He's loving it.
He is. He's loving it.
Do you know what? I can't say nothing, mate. My club has got a ton of problems, and even our fan base are arguing with each other. You got half saying Ollie in, the other half saying Ollie out. It's all started at United. Really, see the United stand. It's already started, mate.
Titanic's ready for special Monday.
I love Sonny. I absolutely love Sonny. Absolutely love him. But
we've got a head of recruitment who's brought in Socrates, David Luiz, right?
You've got to show some love for Signani, man, surely, and Vinay. I think
he's got Pepe so far who's flopped. Right?
Thank you, Stan.
He's got Pepe so far who's flopped.
Now listen,
guys, what's Edu's role at the club?
I do think he will be great for us. Don't get me wrong. You know what I mean? Obviously, he's only been there for, like you said, just over a year. So obviously, we've got good things to come. But for me, Emery's not in that same category. Emery's his own man, and he should be. The way we've been playing lately has been awful, and it ain't just down to the players that we haven't had or anything like that, because he's had 3 windows now to get in players. So for me, Emery hasn't shown anything whatsoever for me to back him at the moment. And I'm being honest, because every time I'm going each week, especially that hour before when you see the team lineup, it's so disappointing. So disappointing. And you know what's going to happen before you even go and watch the game. But I do think we've got the players to be better than what we are. I think we've got the players on Monday against United and absolutely smash them. Do I really believe that Emery will pick that team? No, I don't.
Jack Morrison, you right, bro? Sonny, we just got our defenders back. Give him 10 more games. Jack, you know what? If he goes and picks Xhaka against United, that's done.
And Socrates, that's it. I'll be as well.
You know?
Do you reckon Xhaka will play? Do you reckon he'll put on the starting?
Yeah, 100%. He will play because he's captain.
I don't think he's going to play.
And the amount of boos and jeers he got when he come off against Aston Villa was ridiculous. And then he came out publicly and backed him. I know you've got to back your players, but come on. I mean, there were 6,000 in that stadium booing him.
I'll go as far to say, right?
Join in.
I'll go as far to say, right? He'll play exactly the same team he played against Aston Villa.
Yeah.
Right? With the exception of maybe Holding and Tierney coming in.
Yeah.
And he's going to set up exactly the same.
If Granit Xhaka and Socrates are on the bench, I'm going for Magic Sock, because then I'll know he's finally listening. They need to be on the bench.
What's that, Stan?
I was just going to say, like, here's the thing, like, with the Xhaka conundrum, soon Emery's he's going to be forced into making other decisions, right? Because he's going away on that maternity leave, right? So he's going to have to pick another sort of midfield. And he's going to be forced into making a decision, and then maybe Xhaka won't even be able to get back into the team. And for me, Xhaka's maternity leave can't come soon enough.
Oh, exactly.
And I mean,
can you have a kid every week?
Nicest of ways and all that, but I want this enforced break from Xhaka to see what we can do.
All right, what do you make of this? Right, what do you make of this? On 1999, I said, what do you make of players voting for captain? Apparently, Man City done it and Liverpool done it. I was told on Twitter today. That's what I was told on Twitter today. Man City voted for their captain, Liverpool voted for their captain.
To me, that just shows that the manager's not strong enough in the dressing room to go in there and pick his own player to be a captain.
The manager should.
Everyone.
The manager should choose the captain.
Of course.
For me, it's like if you let the people vote, we'll probably end up with like Boaty Mac. Is it Boaty Mac Boatface or something like that? You can't let the people do it.
We let the people vote in Brexit, and when they were fucked for the last 3 years, they can't do anything.
No, it's just
the players voting, yeah, might actually, if it's genuine and it's not just hearsay and it is the players voting, I think this is going to save us from him being captain, mate. I genuinely do.
Right, so what's going to happen next? Are the players going to pick formation?
The manager clearly can't, so they might as well.
So would you guys say that Holding should be your captain?
Holding should be our captain for the next 10 years. If
Lacazette.
He should be our captain for the next 10 years.
Holding should not be our captain. Holding has not played 15 games. Holding has not played 15 games for Arsenal in a row. He's not even first team. He's not even first team fixture.
Sometimes it's not about that. It's about the mentality and how strong you are as a person and all. You need that.
What makes you think you're so strong as a person? Just because you come back from a broken leg?
Just tell the way you can just tell the other way of the players and that. You could just tell around him.
You think when Holding played, our defence was watertight, do you?
The way we looked the other night, I thought we looked 10 times better.
We're playing on the Forest.
Huh?
Seriously, you make Holding out to be fucking bloody Bobby Moore.
We got there. What other hope have I got? What do you want me to do? Start loving on David Luiz?
You can't say Holding should be captain for the next 10 years.
But I truly believe I've never played defence. You know what I mean? Even as a player, but I truly believe that it should be a midfielder or a defender. A forward can't be captain. I don't think.
Why not?
Why?
I just don't like a forward being captain.
How was when Henry was captain? Did you rate him as a captain, as a leader?
Exactly.
I just loved Henry for being Henry. I didn't love him for being captain, to be honest.
Henry led by example, man. He led because, listen, he was the fucking best player in the team.
But listen, you can't go by that because of the team we had. They was all leaders.
No, even when he was left there, man, the last year but he was still, pound for pound, he was still the man. Yeah, and if you ain't got the best leaderships, if you're not blessed with leaders, yeah, all right, you need to put a player that's gonna lead by example. Henry could get the ball from the halfway line and fucking score you a goal. Yeah, that we ain't got a player like that now. I know Oba scores goals. Laka's a bully. The little guy puts himself in there. But why is no one saying Bellerin for captain? Look at the ovation he got.
Do us a favour. Do us a favour. Do me a favour, please. Do you know what? Say Bellerin again. I'll kick you off the stream for the rest of your life.
The guy in the comments has just said Ozil.
Yeah, Sonny's is Ozil, isn't it? Sonny will put fucking
Ozil. It won't be Bellerin.
I think the guy in the comments has just said, "What about Ozil?"
Why would it be better? So I'll tell you why it wouldn't be Bellerin.
I'd go for Aubameyang.
Someone who makes his own clothes. I wouldn't put as captain of Arsenal. Sorry.
I'd go for Aubameyang.
Lacazette for me.
Usually, like Terry, I don't like strikers or forwards being a captain. I understand that, but I think with Aubameyang, he showed it, didn't he? I mean, when he gave that penalty to Laka last season, when he gave the penalty to Pepe, that shows leadership. I think he connects to the younger lot as well. He seems to everybody seems to like him. He's always smiling. And when we were first getting him, I was a bit worried because you heard stories that he was a bit of he's a bit of a disturbance in the dressing room and this and that. And I've not seen any of that at all. He's always smiling. And he looks like the cat of Red the Wolf. He does.
Don't you not see? It's hard, man. I want an Arsenal boy as captain. Fucking someone that cares about the club, man, because they're going to speak up.
And then you might go with Willock.
Yeah, if he was going to play every game, if he had a season behind him, say he had his fast forward a year and he's playing, I'm not against that. Yeah. But right now, he can't even get in a team where the shackles. There's no point in putting him captain.
Junior, I'm glad you just said that, bro. Laugh at Bellerin never.
Listen,
let's have Doris.
The geezer so sequins on his trousers, man.
Listen, mate.
Let's have Betty then, shall we? The tea lady. All that.
Sequins.
You know what? You're not going to eat your words, yeah? I'm telling you, 2 weeks' time, we're going to see they're going to fucking vote, mate, for Bellerin to be captain. You see, they're going to fucking vote for him, yeah?
Yeah.
Watch.
Yeah. If it was the people's vote, you're right. I think Bellerin would get it if it was down to the people. Yeah.
And we're gonna win the league next year, yeah? Heck, Bellerin, you're holding.
Right, kick him off. Kick him off.
Arsenal realist.
Arsenal realist is here.
He's gone for Mustafi as captain, but I think he's joking. If you haven't subscribed to Arsenal realist, go and check out his channel.
Yeah, I've actually watched some of his videos. He's not actually a prick, to be honest. He's quite funny.
Mustafi's going to finish Emery. He's going to come back here and he's going to be the best centre-back we got. I'm telling you what, mate. He's going to come back and you're going to notice he ain't the problem. The problem is protection.
United vlogs. At the Arsenal first team, who would you think is most likely as captain as an outsider?
Oh God, we're asking a Man United fan now for captain.
Honestly, looking at the whole team, for me, it's got to be between Holding and Lacazette.
Thank you.
Well, for me, it'd be Lacazette or Aubameyang.
Lacazette.
My choice would be Lacazette.
Well, how can Lacazette be our captain when he takes him off after 75 minutes nearly every game?
He always gives everything for every single game, though, as well. Always, constantly. Only him and Aubameyang.
I'm not saying he doesn't. I mean, he's fantastic, Lacazette. But our manager takes him off after 75 minutes nearly every game that he plays.
So did Wenger. Obviously, he's got a fitness issue.
I'm just saying, but he's not our manager anymore, is he? But, you know.
He could be catching for 75 minutes then, can't he?
Yeah, and then still leave Saka on for fucking 95 minutes. So, who do you think should be captain at Man Union?
For me, Maguire. It's got to be Maguire.
Yeah,
he's got the leader from the back. Just like back in the day when we used to have like Vidic and Ferdinand. Well, I'd love to have another Roy Keane, but that ain't gonna happen. But I'd have to put the captain's armband on Maguire. That's it for me.
Yeah, I've got Maguire.
How are people saying Guendouzi for captain when he's not even established as a proper first team player yet?
He don't even shave yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at his hair.
But I have a question for United Vlogs, if I may.
Yeah, of course.
I saw a question earlier. I saw something on Twitter earlier. I didn't read the article because I was busy. I just read the headline, right? So I don't know if it was clickbait, but it said it was something like along the lines of Wenger wants the United job. And I was just thinking, as you are like a United person, let's say that was a true thing. That was something that was being like kicked about. How would you feel about it?
I wouldn't feel happy at all, mate. I'm not going to lie. If we're talking about Arsene Wenger that first took over in the 90s and the early 2000s, then I wouldn't have an issue. But from what I've saw towards the end of his career at Arsenal, it's like he was figured out and he didn't have a plan B. Yeah. So I was just thinking, if I'm going to go with Wenger now, I'm just going to be like, nah, if we're talking Wenger from 20 years ago, cool. But now he hasn't got a plan B, mate. Everyone figured him out. And the way I saw you guys wanting him out of the club, it was clear for everyone to see, mate. He's done in management. So
he comes with Ivan Gazidis.
But would you take Emery?
No. No, thank you, mate. I've got enough problems with Woodward.
United Vlogs. Would you take Emery as your manager?
Nah. Honestly, I wouldn't.
Why?
Honestly, I wouldn't. Do you know what?
What? Solskjaer?
Controversial, you know because 85% of the Arsenal fans think he's God. So why wouldn't you have him?
Do you know what?
I'm intrigued to know.
Do you know what? The thing with Ollie is, right, he had a great start when he first came in, but then obviously he started changing things and then it fell apart. If Ollie had a director of football, if he say he gave Woodward the list of players he wanted this season, give me defenders and I need midfielders. We got the defenders. We didn't invest in the midfield. So clearly that's the department we're suffering in the most. If Ollie got what he wanted, he'd be in a much better position now. But clearly he didn't. So that's where we are. Obviously, all the fans want him out now, which I don't agree with because I'm Ollie in. But I'm telling you now, if he gets what he wants, he knows the United way better than anyone. He was there from when we signed him in 96. He needs the resources. If you're not going to give it to him, he's just going to suffer, just like Mourinho, Van Gaal and Moyes. And then we could bring in the next manager, then sack him after 6-7 months, and it would just be a continuous cycle. We just keep sacking managers, but the main problem is Woodward and that board. If you don't get to the main problem, which is upstairs, it's just going to keep happening. We could bring in Pochettino tomorrow, same thing's going to happen. Yeah. So for me, it's bigger than the manager at United.
Yeah, I think my honest opinion with Solskjaer, sorry. I think my honest opinion though with Solskjaer, when he got the job and you're gone with Mourinho, boring football and parked the bus, those players basically got Mourinho out of Man United. And they did it.
Oh, yeah.
Then he goes to Ollie. Ollie, that's what I mean. Ollie gets the job. So then those players have basically performed for 3 months. Soon as they found out that Ollie's got the job, that's it now. They've done their job. They can take the time, they can piss about, they can do whatever. You could put Solskjaer as Manchester City's manager and watch that team crumble. He's tactically clueless. I'm sorry, he's got nothing. Rochdale absolutely ran. Rochdale absolutely ran Man United last night.
They did. They could have won last night. Rochdale
that's what I mean. And then you were down to 10 men to Southampton. 20 minutes to go. An Arsenal, a City, a Liverpool, even a Tottenham, even an Everton will come back and get a draw or a win with that game. Ollie's not got a clue. So what he's done basically is that all these fans that have said, "Oh, Ollie in, Ollie in, Ollie in," that's what they've got. You've got what you wish for now, and now the board can sit there and just go, right, well, this will be all right, because it's like Frank Lampard with Chelsea. When he starts going and going and going, which I don't think he will, but if he does, it's going to be really hard for a Chelsea fan to say Frank Lampard out. And Man United don't want to say Ollie out, because they know deep down that Ollie's not the right man. Come on, everyone can see it. How you can go from Mourinho to Ollie is unbelievable. But basically, they're going to constantly go on and on and on, and you're going to have to swallow your pride and get rid of Ollie. Because, yes, it is down to Ed Woodward. He is the problem. But with Solskjaer, he hasn't got a clue. And he's the luckiest person in the world. He's won the lottery. He's banged Pamela Anderson and everything. He's got the dream job. That's it. Yeah. Is he ever going to go from Man United to City, to Arsenal, to Liverpool, to Real Madrid, Barcelona? No. So he's going to play the game. He's going to do everything he can to keep his place in basically the year. And all it's going to take is for fans to go, I've had enough. I've got to swallow my pride now and say Ollie out. Rants has already started.
Half of them have already started. But do you know what I want to say?
That's it.
Give Ollie the resources he needs. And if he still can't do it, then fine. But if he can do it with the resources, then cool. Stick with him.
I think he plays decent football, man. What I've seen, I think United just lacking a couple of midfielders, and I think getting rid of Lukaku and not replacing him is a big mistake. I've had the conversation with one of my best pals, massive United fan, and I say to him, look, you've lost Lukaku and Sanchez, so I know Sanchez weren't firing, but potentially 30 goals in a season, and you haven't replaced it with anyone. That's
the problem, because, like you said, Lukaku's not been replaced. We let Fellaini go. He's not been replaced. Herrera was allowed to walk out the door for free, and he was our best midfielder. He's not been replaced. So you've got to rely on the kids.
I think Lukaku is actually a decent player.
He's a good player, mate.
He'll get you goals. I think
Lukaku causes people problems. His first touch is shit, but he causes people problems.
Who's that boxing?
I think Rashford needs to go on the wing as well. Rashford is not a striker. Rashford's not a striker. You can pull stats up and say he's scored more goals than Van Nistelrooy, Thierry Henry, and Van Persie and all this. He's not a striker. He's a winger at best. That's my honest opinion. Martial is your only striker. I think Mason Greenwood, it's too much pressure on the kid. If he has a shocker against us on Monday, the fans can just turn like that. Look at Chong. I said, that's what I mean. I said Chong is the worst player I have seen. And I watched the Rochdale game, and basically I watched Chong, and I was like, what does he do? He's absolutely clueless. He's pointless. And then fans have jumped on it and said that he's shit, shouldn't be a footballer. I'm like, no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying he doesn't fit Man United. I know he's a young kid and he has to learn. But you look at Angel Gomez. I'm excited by that lad. He's very good. Is he English?
Yes, he is. Do you know what? He is English.
I'm looking forward to that.
Angel Gomez, I rate him better than Lingard, and I'd put him in the team ahead of Lingard any day.
Yeah,
with Mason Greenwood, he's young, but at the same time, I would put him in the team ahead of Rashford. I know some of these players need to go out on loan, but those are the two guys that are ready. The rest need to go out on loan. They are ready. And another one of our young defenders, Twanzebe, he had a good season on loan at Aston Villa. He did play alongside John Terry for a season. For me, it's going to be very hard for him to get in the team ahead of Lindelof and Maguire. But for me, he's going to be our next good defender.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Springer, I think hit the nail on the head. Yeah. I think Rashford is the new Welbeck. I think Rashford is the most overrated. I think Rashford is the most overrated footballer in England.
Yeah.
That's what they did with That's what they did with Welbeck, though. Welbeck was forced at Man United to play striker. He even came out and said he's a winger. And then at Arsenal, we played him as a striker. And he got used to it, but he's not a good striker at all. He's a winger, Welbeck, and that's what he's there for. Everyone plays him in wrong position, and you're killing the guy's career. Same as Rashford. You're killing him.
Is it right that he's just had a big new contract as well, Rashford? Is that right?
Yeah, he has had a new contract.
Yeah. What's he on then? What's he pulling?
Jeez, I don't know. He's
Near
definitely
like
pulling
300k a week.
Really?
Anything, just
300.
under 2. Actually, around 200 mark. Actually, I think it's around the 200.
Do you know
mark.
what?
About 200.
One thing with United, they are going down the Arsenal route. They're paying average players too much money.
Yeah.
They always have.
Look at Phil Jones. Phil Jones got himself a new 5-year contract, and he's injured every week, and he's injured again. Amazing, why is Phil Jones still at the?
Was that right, or did I pick it up wrong? Phil Jones was saying sack him. Was that actually right?
It looked like that, but I think there was a woman next to Phil Jones, and I think Woodward must have spoken to her and told her to shut up or something like that. But it looked as if Phil Jones did say sack him. I'm not 100% sure, but it looked like it.
Jack Morrison, fantastic comment that, because I mentioned Callum Hudson-Odoi, because when I know there's a Chelsea fan called Yusuf or something like that, and basically I said, watching Callum Chambers, I know he's Chelsea Hudson-Odoi, but the injury that he had and how he's come back, absolutely fantastic. And I like seeing that from young players coming back from bad injuries. And he acknowledged that on Twitter as well, and he's messaged me on Twitter, and he's even retweeted what I said. So I appreciate that. So if you are watching, thank you for that. But I do appreciate Hudson-Odoi.
Callum Hudson-Odoi.
Yeah, Callum Hudson-Odoi is a fantastic player, brilliant, and everyone was saying he's crap.
You know what?
He'll not make it at Chelsea.
Callum Hudson-Odoi is a decent player, right? But at the end of the day, if they don't play for Arsenal, I couldn't give care less.
I'm the same.
Couldn't care less. No, we've got enough problems at our club. We're worried about whether Chelsea youngsters are going to do well or not.
Oh, I love you, Sonny, but you don't have to make it hard sometimes.
You know what I'd be interested in, right? I'm going to go through United's team that played against West Ham the weekend, and I want to know if you think they'd get in the Arsenal team.
Okay.
Right? Obviously, you've got De Gea in goal.
Who?
De Gea.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he'll get in the Arsenal team.
Yeah.
Young.
No chance.
No.
Exactly. Maguire.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lindelof.
Yep.
No.
Maybe.
No.
I think he's a decent defender, man.
I reckon he could.
No.
Well,
Holding's better.
Take fucking. I'll take Watford centre backs, mate. After losing 8-0.
I don't know how you say his name. Wayne Bissaka.
Yeah.
Yep.
Matic.
No. Training pitch.
Matongnan.
No.
I don't think he's all that, man. That's what I've seen.
Not sure. No, not sure. Not sure Matongnan now.
Pereira.
No.
Mata.
No.
Old Matter, yeah. Old Matter. Yeah, when he was a bit younger. Not now.
James.
Yes. Definitely.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, as a bench player.
And
Rashford.
No.
Rashford I won't take.
No.
So basically, 3 of their team would get in the Arsenal. And that's the problem at Man United at the moment. That's what I've been saying. You haven't got a great team there no more. This is what the problem is for United. And as soon as United fans look at that and wake up, unfortunately, because we've had that for years. But
I see it, mate. I see it.
You know what I mean?
That's it.
The problem is at United.
And then one thing I will say, sorry, Sonny, but Raul Sanelli, when he came in, now reel off Arsenal's 11 that played in the that was Wenger's last year and in the Europa League final.
Do what? What's that?
The team that played in the Europa League final against Chelsea, read that team out, and Arsene Wenger's last team.
How am I supposed to remember that?
Because, I was just saying, if you're going with Man United's there and we're going no for their midfield and strike force, you go at Arsenal's defence. No.
Yeah, but the thing is, do you honestly think if Wenger stayed and Sanelli came, there wouldn't have been an overhaul of players? If your squad is not good enough, regardless of who the manager is, there's going to be an overhaul of players.
There's still if Sanelli did come when Wenger was here, they would get rid of players.
Am I right in saying, Simon, that what you're saying then is because he was there for that whole season then, Emery, before we got to the Europa League final, is that he's just a yes man then, and he played them squad of players because he was told to play them. Because if you're a great manager, you will play the team that you want to win the game. Surely.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying you look at Man United's team now, and those players that are there that shouldn't be there, and they're on big contracts. That's what Arsenal was 3 years ago. Then the new recruitment teams come in. Wenger's gone. New managers come in.
What are you talking
all
about?
Players have gone.
Arsenal players are still on big contracts. What are you on about?
No, but there's not many. There's not as many as what there is at Man United.
You think Aubameyang's not on a big contract? You think Lacazette's not going to be on a big contract? Ozil's on a big contract.
Yeah, they're our players, though. They're actually what we need.
So, well, you don't go and sign 17, 18 year-olds and put them on big contracts, do you? Obviously, they're not going to be on big contracts.
What someone might be saying is that under the Wenger era, there was a lot of those youngsters like Denilson, De Juru. They had big contracts, and their thinking was, we put them on big money now, so that no one can come in and poach them, and it backfired because we couldn't move them on when it turned out they were shit.
Arsenal players.
Stan gets it.
No, Arsenal were on big contracts. Their players were on big contracts for their revenue. They weren't big contracts compared to the Man United players.
No, but what I'm saying is like players like when we had like those youngsters like Denilson and De Juru, Gibbs, a lot of them for their age and they were inexperienced. They were put on long, big contracts.
But if they're playing at United, if they're playing at United, they'd been on bigger money than they was at Arsenal.
I know,
but they struggled to shift them.
Yeah, but then we couldn't shift them on because we'd weighed ourselves down with these big contracts for these young players that never worked out. I think that's what you're saying, right, Simon?
Yeah, that's it. Exactly.
And we don't do that anymore.
That's what Man United now. That's their problem.
No, listen.
Players coming out of our academy now.
Danny Welbeck being on £90,000 a week is not a big contract. That's
it for Danny.
No, it's not. The average pay for a Premier League footballer is £80,000 a week.
No, I hear what you're saying, but I'm talking about those younger players. I'm not talking about your Welbecks and Aubameyangs. I was talking about just some of the youngsters. Like the youngsters coming into our team now from the academy, I don't think that they're on the kind of big, long salaries that our youngsters from the Wenger days were. That's what I was saying. You know?
That's it. Joe Willock, if Wenger was still here, Joe Willock would be on at least 120 a week. He's a good player, but he's not worth 120 a week.
A young player like Joe Willock will start off about he wouldn't. He'll start off about £40,000 a week, and if he impresses, he'll get a contract upgrade to about £70,000 a week a year later.
There you go. That's what Senelli's doing now. Under Wenger, we didn't do that.
What always doing? Do you think Theo Walcott?
Carl Jenkinson did nothing at Arsenal, and he was on 90k a week.
No, he wasn't. Yeah. He wasn't on 90k a week. He was on 52.
He was on 90k a week.
He was on 52 grand a week, Carl Jenkinson.
Ospina was on 70k a week. Koscielny was on 120k a week.
No, they weren't.
Gibbs was on about.
There was, wasn't it?
80 grand a week, and all we had Gibbs.
Ospina was not on 100 grand a week.
I trust you. Just if you can prove me what you said, what he's on a week, and I can. If you're right, I'll deactivate my Twitter account.
What's the point of that? How am I going to send you links to go?
That's why I'm that confident.
if I know it's hypothetically speaking, yeah, because Sanelli wouldn't be here if Wenger was here, like the way it's being managed now, because Wenger had full control of the club. But I honestly believe if Arsenal had this team, he'd be up there with Liverpool, mate, and City. Like maybe not neck and neck with them, but we'll be closer to them because he actually fucking had a bit of philosophy, yeah, and he's got players like now that would probably thrive a bit under him. That's my.
Let me just answer Realist. Arsenal Realist. Because I put you in, but the trouble is I can only have 6 people at a time, so that's why I can't do it tonight. But on the next show you can come on definitely, but I can only have 6 people on at once. That's all it allowed me to do. But anyone who has subscribed to Arsenal Realist, go and subscribe to him. So what was that point, Crazy Gooner?
I was saying I genuinely believe that again, I know it's like hypothetically speaking because Wenger ran the club, yeah, pretty much from top to bottom when it comes to players and pretty much everything. But if he had this squad of players available to him now, including the youngsters with the ability, the players that we've brought in, I think he'd have us up there. I don't even think we're worrying about top 4 for sure. I think we're doing a better job than Emery by miles.
I agree.
I don't agree because he was the one who brought.
I don't agree with that.
I don't think Wenger would have the squad of players. We'd still be battling on with Mkhitaryan and Sanchez probably.
That's the problem. That's the catch-22. Wenger would not have went out and bought the players that we're buying now. That's the problem.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's why it's hypothetically speaking.
If Wenger was just a coach and didn't run the club, Wenger
it'd be a lot better. It'd be a lot better.
Wenger's gameplay, you can't even put him in the same league as Emery. It was a million times better.
Yeah. What I'm saying. That's exactly right. He should be a coach, not a manager. Not be running all the contracts and how we spend the money and blah blah blah.
That's it.
Wenger lost it. Wenger lost the plot because he was doing everything and he thought he was God. That's the only reason Wenger declined. Soon as Ross left, David Dean left, Wenger was finished.
Right, he done that for too long, unfortunately.
Well, that's history, isn't it?
Another club. That's why he hasn't got another club, because he's a type of stubborn man, that won't go in and just be a coach. He'll say, you can tell by his personality, he wants to fucking do everything, mate.
Well, hopefully, if that Twitter thing was right, he can go to United and do it there. We can get every season.
There's no need to call somebody a clown on that message. Sorry, but there's no need to call somebody a clown on that message.
I didn't even say that.
The last one that's just been up. I read half of it.
Guys, let me ask you this. When do you think Wenger should have left? What season do you think should have been his last?
After FA Cup, Hull City.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
Definitely.
Should have gone.
That on the night.
We were begging for a trophy. We were desperate, man. We were desperate for a trophy. It was a brilliant turnaround. He shouldn't have been in that position in the first place. He got out of jail. After that, his contract was pretty much done. He should have just said, you know what? We had decent youngsters coming through then as well. The team was up.
Held the club to ransom, laughing about it on TV and stuff. I'll decide.
Exactly. I mean, Nish is saying we cut the wage bill down by 45 million in the summer transfer window. What were they supposed to do? They was on the threshold of the financial fair play where they couldn't sign anybody. Obviously, they had to cut the wage bill down. Don't give them a trophy for it. They're doing the job. Of course, they've got to do that. You don't build a statue for Sinelli just to cut the wage bill down. That's what he's supposed to do because we can't spend any more money.
Exactly.
What is he there for if he's not going to cut the wage bill down and bring new players? Why is he there?
I want a statue of Sinelli.
Guys, let me ask you.
Go on, mate. Go on.
Yeah, I was going to ask because earlier on today on Sky Sports they were showing. I don't know if you've seen these shows called Premier League Years. And they showed the '99 season today, and looking back on it, obviously it was United and Arsenal battling for the Premier League and the FA Cup that season, and obviously back then you guys were at Highbury. Would you say Arsenal was like Arsenal when you were at Highbury? Because I think you went Emirates in 2006. Do you think that was the turning point where your club changed and it just wasn't the same?
Yeah, we lost our identity.
Definitely.
I think the turning point for us was after 2004. We never strengthened like every team, like every league title winning team strengthened to go on for the next season. We never strengthened.
We sold the Invincibles in 18 months.
Yeah,
that's the best thing about Ferguson. Every year that he won the league, he would go out and still buy 2 or 3 great players to freshen up the squad each year.
Yeah.
When we done that unbeaten season, we kept the same team.
This is a good question. Yeah. What was your first reaction when Emery was appointed? I think for me, we was all willing to give him a chance.
Yeah.
Excited because it weren't Wenger.
Yeah. I mean, and to be honest with you, as far as I'm concerned, as long as he picks the right team, plays the right tactics, I don't care who's the manager.
Yeah, exactly.
Just pick the right team. If something is so obvious that Socrates is making mistakes and David Luiz is making mistakes and Xhaka is slowing the game down, don't play him.
Listen, I was quite intrigued when we asked the question earlier, and United blog said that he wouldn't have Emery as manager. What do you see in him that you wouldn't want at United?
Do you know what? Looking at Emery, for me, his selection is a big question mark for me because, like you said, you look at certain players in the team and you think, well, why is Xhaka starting? Why is Lacazette on the bench? Yeah. For me, Lacazette is a starter in every game, regardless. I don't care what anyone says. Lacazette is 100% starter. For me, Xhaka is not even the captain. That's another thing I would question. Why is he the captain? So for me, selection and some of his substitutions as well, he doesn't make them at the right time. Sometimes he might just leave it too late or not bother at all. For me, that is a problem with Emery. Obviously, I know he's won things at previous clubs, but from what I've seen at Arsenal, yes, his first season he was a breath of fresh air, but there are some key decisions that he makes that I don't agree with.
Would you like to see him change formation nearly every other week?
No, he's got to come up with something and stick with it. He has to. He can't chop it every week.
Let me just ask everyone that question, right? We used to berate Wenger because he used to stick to the same plan, home and away, trying to outplay teams that were better than us, but playing the Arsenal way, yeah? And then when Emery kept changing his tactics and it was working, everyone was happy Emery was doing that because we had this coach who was so brilliantly tactically minded. He was making substitutions at half time, and it was working for us. The problem is, for me, Emery has got lost in that now. Now he's tinkering a bit too much. That's where his problem is. But Emery does know tactics. The problem is he's trying to play them all in one game. It's like trying to play FIFA, but swapping around your tactics all the time. You got to stick to something that works, and sometimes you have got to focus on what's good for us, and not just about the opposition as well.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
We've got two world-class strikers, and throwing Pepe is supposed to be decent, right? If you don't focus on getting the ball to them, what chance have we got in the game?
Exactly.
Our defence won't save us.
And if you look at all our games this season, you tell me that he hasn't done that. We played our strikers, but we don't even get past the halfway line, even at home in most games, because we're too defensive when Saka plays. This has been my point all along. If you take Saka out of the team, for some reason, our team drifts right up the field and we drive forward at every opportunity. I don't understand why. So why is one player doing that to our club? I don't understand. Why has he got so much influence? And it doesn't sound like I only see that. Obviously, all these other fans from other TVs and other clubs, they see it and all. So why can't our own fans see it? I don't understand.
You know what? I understood Jack playing last season, right? I understood him playing last season because we didn't have anyone else, right? But this season we've got Willock who's emerged. We've got Ceballos. Guendouzi is a year further into his Arsenal career. Torreira. So you know there are to the extent that Ozil can't get in either.
Yeah.
Right. So there's proper serious competition for midfield. Even Ainsley Maitland-Niles, if he ever come back to play in his proper position.
Yeah.
So, and every one of those players are better than Xhaka.
Exactly.
From what I gather with this, with why Emery seems so wedded to Xhaka, from what I understand it is that when the club was going to buy Torreira, he wanted Steven Nzonzi. That was Emery's pick, but Mislintat and all those people now who look for players, they were like, no, this is the guy that we've identified. And from what I can understand as well, he thinks Torreira is too small to play at the base of the diamond or play in front of the front four. He likes a tall, big person like Steven Nzonzi. And I think that's the reason why he's going with Xhaka in that role, even though it's clearly not working. It's clearly not working because people come running at Xhaka and they don't do like a flick or a move to get past him. They just run around him. And his only option is to grab hold of that person and bring him.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the only option.
Mertesacker was quicker.
But as I understand, you don't rate Torreira in that role. He thinks Torreira is too small, too diminutive to be in front of the back four at the base of the diamond. So he's
so stupid though.
Chelsea, he's been canted like Sarri did. That's
which is so stupid because the ball spends more time on the bloody floor than it does up in the air.
Exactly. Well, I totally agree with you there, Stan, but like I said, he was PSG manager for 3 years. If he thinks he's that world class, why didn't he go and buy him for PSG then?
Yeah, I agree with you. I
don't understand.
I agree with you.
Should have bought the corner from Watford and played him there. That's what he should have done.
Everyone in the comments, give us some score predictions. I'm a Gooner. What's your score prediction?
Right. If we play Saka, then I think it'll be a very hard game, which obviously we all think he's going to play. We're going to make it so hard for ourselves. Being away from home, we're not that great anyway, and we're played too defensive. So I'd go, if he played Saka, I'd go with a 1-1. If we don't and we play the team that I want to play, with Tierney, Holding, and Willock and all them, I think we can go and smash United 4-0.
Fuck.
I'm telling you, with Tierney, Holding, Mustafa and Chambers, and Torreira holding midfielder, Willock, and Guendouzi, Ceballos, Pepe, and Aubameyang, we'll smash them, absolutely annihilate them. But if he plays the Saka, like I said, we'll just be too defensive and won't be able to go in there off.
Pioneer's gone 2-1 United, you know, bloody hell. United vlogs, what are you saying?
Well, do you know what? If United turn up, honestly, a win is going to be very difficult. I said before the game started, I reckon it will be a 1-1 draw. I know you guys will definitely score. Your firepower is immense, mate. I think you guys will definitely score in that game. So I'm going to go, if United turn up 1-1, but if I see the likes of Mata and Matic in the starting lineup, it's either going to be 2 or 3-1 to Arsenal.
You know what? I think if you put Mata and Matic in your midfield, Xhaka might actually have a good game because he's as slow as they are.
Yeah. That's it. That's why I don't want to see him, mate. I don't want to see him in the team.
You know, but I think if we put youth around United's midfield and someone who could bite into Pogba and not let him have an influence in the game, I think we'll turn you over. I'm gonna go. For, you know what? I'm gonna go 3-1 Arsenal. You know, only if Emery picks the right team. Because I think United are that poor at the moment.
Yeah.
I'll go 3-1. I don't think it's Arsenal that great. I think it's United are that poor.
So if he plays Saka, Sonny, what are you saying then?
Then I think it's going to be a draw.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, the whole game is going to be based on what our team selection is going to be on this. Stan, what do you reckon?
Yeah, exactly. If we go with like Xhaka and people like Socrates and Luiz are coming back into the team, we'd be maybe lucky to get a draw. And it could even be one that the goals that go against us could be things like penalties or own goals and things like that. Because then people in the team, we seem to be like the architects of our own demise without the other team, what they can do.
Exactly.
But like what Terry says, if we put some of those in from the other night, if they're fit and ready to go, and because if you're going to take United, now's the time to do it, right? They're not going through a good time. Yeah, they've got their own fucking problems. So if we got some of them back in the team, we could smash them. Exactly.
I totally agree with you, Sam.
Crazy Guna, you know, when you got Socrates and David Luiz in the team, anything's possible. So what do you go for?
Now listen, Bellerin's going to be captain, so we're going to smash him, isn't it, Crazy Guna?
I mean, he's going against Ashley Young. I think regardless of the team that he picks, I think we'll win 3-2 just because we got too much firepower up front. But we're going to concede a penalty because Luiz and Socrates will play and one of them's going to give a penalty away. It'll be tough, but I think we've just got a bit too much this time, man.
You know, if Luiz, Socrates and Luiz, Socrates and Xhaka play, then United got every chance of beating us.
It won't be worth watching, to be honest.
I also think that this particular game for me, depending on the lineup that he picks and how, you know, what the result is and the manner of the game, is really going to cement certain thoughts about the manager and whether he's up to the job. I think this game is really, really crucial for us to see what this man's about. If he's got what it takes to make the right decision and put some players in, that should be there.
Do you know what, Stan? This game is going to either make him or break him in the eyes of the Arsenal fan base. I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Simon?
5-0, Granit Xhaka hat-trick. I did that one for Terry. No, honestly, I think we'll win 3-1. I think we'll be seeing Nicolas Pepe with 2.
Oh.
I think we'll see Pepe score 2, and Tini will get an assist for one of them.
You know what this is?
That wouldn't surprise me.
If he does that, I'm losing my shit, man.
Exactly. That's right. This is what is happening every single week. You get so frustrated an hour before the game because of the shitty team that he picks, because of the players that we've got. We know what players are playing, and this is what annoys me so much being an Arsenal fan. I want to support Emery. I love Arsenal with all my heart. But unfortunately, every time I'm going and that hour before kickoff, I'm so disappointed already before the game's even started because of the players that he's picking.
You know, if Daniel James scores the winner, I'm building a gravestone.
I just don't say it out as loud, man. I keep it bottled up inside.
I'm sorry,
but I'm exactly the same. Exactly the same.
United vlogs, right? All I can say is one thing to you, yeah.
Yeah.
Arsenal just don't win big away games. So.
But you know what? You can't write yourself soft because, like you said, United right now, this is like the worst United team. They're in a bad moment right now. So you've got every chance of taking 3 points. But the selection, your starting 11 is key. Like you said, that will determine whether you win or not, I reckon.
I think it's going to be one of the games of the season because just as much as Emery's got something to prove, Solskjaer has as well, man. And I think they're both. And I think honestly, I think we're going to be in for, especially neutrals, going to be in for a treat. There's going to be fucking goals, mistakes, a bit of nervousness.
Argy-bargy.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
That's something I
As Solskjaer got the tactics though to outdo Arsenal as well.
I can't say he does. I can't say he does.
I
can't say he does, mate.
Has Emery got the tactics? We know he's got the tactics.
Exactly what I said.
It's going to be an interesting one, that's for sure.
Yeah,
I think he's got the makings of being a great game. And like I keep saying, if he picks the right team here, he could really make a statement for himself, Emery. If he picks the right players and they go out, I honestly do think we're smash United. For the first time in ages, I really do think we've got the players, the team, the setup. And if he plays the right way, we could go to Old Trafford and we could absolutely make a statement against United.
Do you know what I strongly believe, right? I strongly believe that the reason I said I wanted Emery to get sacked, right, is because, as far as I'm concerned, Man United and Chelsea in January are going to go big in the transfer window.
Yeah.
I think
they are. I think Chelsea might.
I think Chelsea will, and I think United.
No,
Chelsea can't.
Chelsea can't.
Chelsea
got a transfer ban.
They haven't. They haven't. They could sign in January. Yeah, definitely. Chelsea United, I think they're going to go very big in January. And
United have to.
If they're going big though, they'll have to spend big money because it's January. And other teams are not going to want their players to leave.
Well, it doesn't matter if they spend big or not. It's the Glazers' money because they don't. Man United fans don't care what a player costs. They never have they?
No,
I don't think they will.
You know what? And as for Arsenal, if we haven't got a lead over United and Chelsea by then, and hopefully Tottenham will still be declining because basically Eriksen's seen out his contract, and so is Alderweireld, and so is Vertonghen. And they've got problems. I think by January we need to have a commanding lead for the top four. And if we don't,
I heard that. Are you saying about Man United and Chelsea going out and buy big players? At the moment, United are in 8th and Chelsea are in 11th. And they're 10 points behind the leader. So
you can't compare.
They could be miles out of it by then.
Yeah,
so go out and buy it.
It's an irrelevant point, Terry. You can't compare by the leader because we're nowhere near the leaders either.
After the top two, man, they leave the top two to their thing, yeah? All right. And you got to take the third and fourth place, man, is the league here. And you got a fucking golden ticket this year. And I tell you what, apart from Frank Lampard, because the situation he's in, I actually think Chelsea are playing good football. If I was a Chelsea fan with what he's got, I'd be happy. That's the truth. Yeah. But out of Emery, Solskjaer, and even Pochettino, if one of them were not to get top 4, they'd have to be sacked, mate. Because you've got a fucking goal. You're never going to have it in this era as easy to get top 4. Yeah. All right.
Chelsea transfer ban. The ban prohibits Chelsea from signing players during 2019 summer window, which closes on August the 8th in January 2020. So basically, that means that January they can't sign either, can they?
They're allowed to.
No, I think it ends. Yeah, I think it ends at the end of this season.
January 2020.
Ends next summer, don't it? Next summer they can spend again.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah, I think. I just want to say something about Chelsea. Yeah. All right. He's not putting all finances into the club because he can't compete with City. So if he gives Lampard a chance with some of these good young players like Mount, what's his name, Abraham up front. If they get a good chemistry going and keep playing decent football, when they can actually add 2 or 3 players, it's going to make a big difference, man.
And no one's mentioned Leicester.
Yeah, Leicester City, good shout.
Do you reckon a lot of clubs are looking at what's happened with Chelsea and thinking, because if they never had their ban, they probably would have gone out and bought. But it's given them a chance now to have a look at some youngsters that might not have got a look in. So do you reckon other clubs might be looking at it and thinking, well, hold on a minute, You know, rather than just keep putting out all these youngsters and loans, maybe we should be like looking more inward, like what we're doing.
Yeah.
I think everyone's copying Liverpool. I think everyone's copying Liverpool's philosophy. Stick with your manager, build with it, and then basically just watch what they're doing. Because there's loads of United fans that are laughing at Liverpool and saying Klopp's been there 5 years and he's not won a Premier League title. Go and look at Liverpool's first 2 years with him. They were terrible.
Yeah.
They were celebrating a draw with West Brom. And now look at them. They look absolutely irresistible.
Yeah, but the thing is,
they've built a team.
Simon, you can't compare Liverpool to United, right? The reason you can't compare Liverpool to United is because Liverpool have never won a Premier League.
But I'm comparing their journey.
But Man United.
Man United have gone through 4 managers. They've stuck with Klopp. They've stuck with Klopp for so long. They've gone through the bad years.
Man United supporters.
I honestly think that Man United had everything in place with David Moyes. They didn't give David Moyes time. You have to get battered for about 2 seasons to build. That's what I think. I think David Moyes would have been brilliant for Man United, but they didn't give him time.
I agree with you, Simon. I agree with that. Yeah.
Cheers, Dan. What about you, United vlog? David Moyes?
Yeah, it's true.
Do you know what?
Excited, I think.
Do you know what? For me, I know Moyes didn't get time. That was blatantly obvious. He didn't get time. Could it have worked out with the resources? Possibly. But I felt United brought some stability back to the club when they actually had LVG in charge. And he even won a trophy and got sacked straight after it. He never got his third year. So in my mind, I'm thinking, LVG, we did get some stability back to the club. Could his third year have worked with better resources? Possibly. It might have done. And he was someone that always promoted youth. He won the Champions League back in 95, I believe, with the youngest ever Ajax squad. He always believed in promoted youth. And I reckon that's what he was trying to do with United as well. So it could have worked.
Let's just answer this, right? We have the third best squad if everyone's healthy. Sonny, come on, man. Basically, not everyone always is healthy, for one. And that goes for all the teams. And secondly, even if they were all healthy, is Emery going to pick the right formation and the right players? That's what the whole question is.
That's what the problem is. Because I think even if you got players missing, he still don't fucking play to accommodate what we've got. He just plays.
And then when he does play, he plays too negative.
Yeah.
It's Tottenham that've got the third best squad in the Premier League.
Boys, no, I disagree. I think
it is. It's worth over 1 billion. Yeah, it's worth over 1 billion.
After their first 11, I think
they're declining anyway.
And
they're going.
I just reckon for me, with Emery, I felt that it was done after the Tottenham game, because the team, when we walk into that stadium, all right, and you see that team news come out, you're thinking, mate, you're home. They're there for the taking. Your North London rivals. Go and fucking mug them off, man. Stick the boot in.
Went defensive.
He gave them off the hook. He let them off the hook, And after that, for me, that was, this manager ain't got the bottle, mate. He's gonna. I don't know. That for me, that was turning point, and I can't let that go, man. I just can't let that go.
You know what? I think, especially when Mustafi got booed off, right? Everyone accepted it. Xhaka gets booed off. Everyone's saying that's out of order.
Yeah, I know. It's ridiculous.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Ridiculous.
And another thing, what annoys me, right, is when Arsenal played dog shit like they did against Villa for 70 minutes, and everyone turns around and says, "All right, forget even Villa. Say Watford. Back your team. Back your team." What are you supposed to be? Delusional.
Exactly. You're trying to lie to yourself or what? I don't understand it.
You're paying £70 to get into the game, right? I pay £70 to get into the game, yeah? £70 for my son, that's 140, right? That's if I'm not sitting in the top tier, which is £90 each, yeah? I've got to pay £15 to park my car, right? That's nearly 200 plus steak to eat. That game has cost me nearly 250 quid by the time I got home. And they're going to pay like that.
And an hour before, you're fucking well disappointed that you even gone because of the team you picked.
You know what's coming. We're just a catastrophe, mate. Like, because there's no midfield. Everything that goes through, like Sonny said before, you got fucking Bobby Moore and Ramos in their prime, mate. You're still gonna leak goals. Yeah, if your midfield is non-existent defensively, it don't matter what defence you got, man, or keeper, you're going to be exposed. We haven't. We've got the players there to have a spine. Might be a bit of a shit spine from the back to the middle, but there is a spine that he just keeps picking the wrong teammate.
Every one of us know. Like Holly's just said, that Granit Xhaka's playing on Monday.
Yeah, exactly.
Every one of us know that.
Maybe his missus will drop Monday night. Maybe she'll drop Sunday night. She's ready, apparently.
I think we all need to go.
I'll go to hospital with some flowers. Thank you, missus.
Come on, love, drop the baby. Can you do us a favour?
No.
You stay there for a year.
I'm Turkish. I'm Turkish Cypriot.
Speaking of our defensive troubles, do you remember when we bought Squillaci when he came to us? I mean, he came to us as a good pedigree, a seasoned defender, but it never worked out for him at all. It was a disaster. But when he left, I think it was like 2 or 3 months after he left, he done an interview, and I was reading the article, and he basically said that defending at Arsenal is like heart attack material. He goes, you're left exposed, and you've just got forwards constantly tearing towards you. He goes, I never did well there. He goes, but I've never, in all the years I've been defending, I've never been in a back four like it. And it just seems to be a constant with a lot of our defenders. Our central defenders always seem to get, they're always not good enough. And I just think it can't be all the players. Surely we just don't go out. We can't keep buying shitty defenders. It's the way we set up in the midfield.
Yes, it's down to manager tactics. We're the only team in the Premiership. Well, I watch the games back every week. Even though I watch the games back every week. We're the only team that lets a team pick their ball up from their own goal area and then run to our goal area before we even put a tackle in, before we even get anywhere near them.
That's why I kept saying. I said exactly the same as you on AFTV. I said we could have Bobby Moore and Sergio Ramos in defence, right, and put Tierney and Bellerin on the either side of them. If you ever sorted that midfield out and tracking runners, it doesn't matter who you got in defence.
Yeah, and we seem.
Well, that's it. The proof is with Man United.
We only seem to mark space. We don't seem to mark players. Like you can see that against Aston Villa. But we just all stood there in that goal area and just let the players run straight through us, and he just literally tapped it in with his toe. It's ridiculous.
That's it. That's what West Ham did to Man United 2-0. They were just going through their midfield. Yeah, Leicester did the same at Old Trafford. Went straight through their midfield, like I told Terry from the football terrace.
Nobody's taking responsibility, man, in this the midfield. Yeah, that's where there's lack of leaders. No one's taking a responsibility. Obviously, the manager ain't really got doing what he's thing, but no one's taking responsibility. So I'm not being funny. Yeah, no matter who you put in defence, it ain't really going to make a difference. I personally, and even when Mustafi was there, I don't think he's a bad defender. Listen, you don't get how many caps for Germany and be fucking shit. Yeah, they're not short of players. Right?
Here's another thing. Why don't we press anymore?
Yeah, I said that as well.
Yeah, I totally agree with that question. But if you go back to Tuesday night when we played I know it's only the Carabao Cup, but because Saka weren't in the team, we didn't defend. We weren't defensive one little bit. We was on the front foot every time we got the ball, and that's because of the way we were set up and the players that we had out there. The young players.
I think we should play the young kids.
And yeah, exactly. Tobias, they all wanted to run forward straight away as soon as they got the ball.
You know what? I think Harry just hit now on the head as well. We did just have midfielders who love the ball.
Yeah, I want stability in the team. I want to actually see Arsenal like we did under Wenger, even at the end, at home. I want to see us hold the ball a bit, man, and draw the opposition up, because we're going away to like teams like Watford, and they're having 54% of the ball. I know they say possession don't score you goals, but you know what? If you got the ball, mate, the other team can't score. Yeah. All right. So we need to hold the ball. We can't control the game. That's the bottom line. We cannot control the game. It's either 4-1, 4-2, 4-3, 2-2, whatever.
Right. Arsenal realist, right? He's making a good point. He says Arsenal going to start improving due to holding Bellerin and Tierney. The midfield will benefit from that. Trust me. You got a point, because obviously the midfield are going to be a lot more confident. There's a solid defence behind them, right? So you got a point. But the thing is, it'll be very interesting. That's when the question is really going to be asked of Emery, right? Is when that back four is in place, how Arsenal start playing after that. That's going to be Emery's day one in the job, right? And that's going to be make or break for him when he's got that back four and how they do. And at that point, if Arsenal's still shit, he seriously has to go.
I agree with what he said there, but you've got to defend from the front still.
We've gone 1 hour. Hang on, we've gone 1 hour 35, so we're really going over time now. Just last word, United Vlogs TV. Now you've heard us all bitching. The 5 of us bitching about Arsenal. Yeah, are you a bit more? You're going to sleep a bit better tonight. You're a bit more confident.
Do you know what? I'm not going to take anything for granted, mate. I know how dangerous you guys can be on your day, mate. And like I said, I'll be happy to take a draw out on Monday night, considering the form United's in, because I know you guys have got every chance of winning. So I'm a little bit 50-50.
We haven't had our day this season yet, and I hope it's going to be against United. But it's, like I said, it's all going to go down to team selection. Can everyone who hasn't subscribed, please subscribe, and also smash the like button so this channel can get noticed, please.
Sonny, before you go, because I know you're going to finish now, there's something I just wanted to say, because my first time on here, and I've never met you before, right? And Terry and Crazy Gina. I've seen all you guys and Simon on here, right? And I just wanted to say thanks a lot for, the Gooners in Vancouver, putting up our videos on your channel. And I just wanted to give you an idea, like how, on a personal level, your channel's quite helped me out. Because I moved over here. I've been living here for 5 months. Moved here from Amsterdam, right? I don't know anybody here. So I'm going down a pub and I'm watching the games on my own because I want to watch it around other people. But because of now that we're doing the videos, it's helped me meet so many more people and widen up my social circle. And it's also, people know that we're doing it down there now. It's rather than people sitting in their own little pockets and just going down a pub, sneaking out of work, people are beginning to meet other people and exchanging WhatsApps and forming little groups and talking. So I just wanted to say, because I don't know if I'm going to come on here again or whatever, but
of course you are. Of course you are.
Thanks for giving us that little platform. It's been fun. It's made me look even more forward to go down a pub and watch the football. Do you know what I mean? Because we're doing the little videos now afterwards. But as there's one disappointment, where's Kenny? Listen, big love. There's big love for Kenny in Vancouver, and that ain't me. That's my missus. My missus, where's Kenny Ken all the time?
You're actually sitting in Kenny's spot.
Well, my missus will love that. She loves Kenny.
I messaged Kenny earlier, and he couldn't make it. So I did ask him. What I like to say, right? The whole point of this channel was to reach out to everybody who's in the chat. And also in the podcast, I never knew from Adam before, and I've made good friends out of it as well.
Yeah,
so have I.
And the fact that what you just said, that is everything I wanted the channel to be. Exactly what you just said. And that just makes me feel so much happier.
No, seriously, man. I mean, I'm 50 years old. You can't, when you're 50, you don't go down a pub and start walking up the tables going, hello, will you be my friend? You can't. I come across like a creep. So with the videos and that, I just say, listen, I don't know if you know we do. And then everyone wants to be involved. And if you've seen the videos, you've seen a wide variety of people that have been in there. It's never the same. It's never the same sort of people.
And the thing is as well, I mean, the one big message I've tried to get out, right, is because I want this channel to be for everybody, right? One thing what has disappointed me is time and time again I've told fans to send me in their game reactions, and they haven't, right? And the only consistent ones have been you lot, right? So as far as I'm concerned, you're like everyone who sends me, everyone who comes in the comments, everyone who sends me in a video, everyone who's on the podcast, you're all part of the channel. We're all the same. Like, you might have my name on it, but it don't mean nothing. But we're all part of the same channel. So
we're all of us, then you know what I mean. So
anyone in the comments, like I say to everybody, whoever wants to come on the podcast, you're welcome. And also, whoever wants to send me in the game reactions, you're welcome as well. And I'll upload it. And you can see what Stan's done. He's brought a group of people together in Vancouver, and it's actually an event for them now to make a video and send it to us. And they know it will be shown as well. So,
I'm about to say, if Sonny sent me a message saying, I want you to come on tonight, but there's somebody else that wants to come on that's waited. Do you mind missing out this week and being next time? I'd say, yeah, of course I will.
Yeah.
And then I'd sit and watch it live like you're all doing now. And I'd message.
Yeah.
That's it.
I mean, I found a realist for your channel, the Arsenal realist. I never heard of him until I saw him in a chat box.
Exactly.
I never did. He did a video on me twice.
In the first one when Simon was on. So I mean, it's good, man. It's good what you're doing, Sonny.
I appreciate it.
My missus always like, they're not always fighting.
Ainsley Nathan Niles.
I just want to say, just want to shout out a couple of channels. Arsenal Realist, go and look him up and go and subscribe to him. United Vlog TV, go and look him up and go and subscribe to him.
Yeah, he's sound actually.
It's always better to hear other teams' perspectives as well on how their team's doing.
Cheers, Sonny. I appreciate that, brother.
I don't only watch Arsenal channels. I watch every team's channels because I like to know what their fans think. Obviously, subscribe to Say TV Unfiltered. That's the most important one.
Can I just quickly say something? There's someone on Twitter that gives me a lot of banter, and we have quite a bit of banter about the way I pronounce names. So just for him, in midfield midfield on Monday night, we'll have paella, fruitella, and nutella.
Oh my God!
Hope he's watching.
And a Boomerang.
Before we go, let's just go through a few comments. I'll send my reactions this week. Inshallah, call me up on it. Definitely, bro. Of course I will. But the main thing is on my Twitter. My email is it's on my Twitter. It's sunny.enver@yahoo.com. So make sure you hold the phone that way when you do your cam. Say your name and where you're from, and then just give your match reaction and send it to my email, and I'll put it up. Let me put the email in here actually, so you can just see it.
Put it maybe on a retweet as well, Sonny, if you can.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll tweet. Yeah.
But it's a pleasure. It's always a pleasure, man, to come on. Do you know what I mean? It's good to. Good.
You know, it's like it's like being down the pub with all your mates and you're venting your frustrations and that, but you're just doing it amongst people. Do you know what I mean? I think it's brilliant. Yeah. I love talking about Arsenal. I wish Emery would get it right so that we could all enjoy Arsenal at the moment. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, Thunderbolt. I'm Turkish Cypriot. Hugo saying next time I see you at the Emirates, saying I'll holler you. Hugo, to be honest with you, if you saw me at Emirates, I'll be offended. Callum says nice one, Sonny, good guy. Thanks, bro. I try to be. Arsenal Realist says respect standard man. So I told you it's all good.
Cheers, Realist.
This session is saying Arsenal Realist is Mia Khalifa in disguise. Dean Harper says, "Big up, Armaguna."
Thank you.
I've told you. I think the Arsenal Realist is expressions. I'm sticking to it. It's expressions. I'm telling you.
I've been watching United stand and Mark Goldbridge of late. He's bloody good at what he does, actually.
Does that mean that? Hang on. Does that mean that I'm not? Because Realist said he was going to block me the other day.
No, you're not.
He said he had a cob on. He got a cob on with me a little bit.
No, it's all done. It's all done and dusted.
But I will just say this as well, right? His videos, right, they're entertaining. I love my football, but I also love my comedy, and his videos are funny. No matter whether you agree with him or disagree, he's like Marmite. His presentation is funny, and I sat up one morning to like 4:30 just watching his videos, and I was in hysterics. So
I've watched a few of his videos, and I watched them, and I was in stitches more than what I watched Mark Goldbridge. And then I thought, the amount of people that have told me that he does this and he does this, and he's the reason why Claude basically, I don't know if it's true or not, but why Claude basically went back into depression and stuff like that. I was sick and tired of hearing about it. But then I watched his videos and I thought, you know what? He's not really doing anything wrong. He's calling people out. He's wearing an octopus on his face to hide his looks. I get that. Just let him do what he does. And taking the piss out of me on my videos, I think it's hilarious. Every Friday night I go out and have a few drinks. I've even got one of my mates now that's got his grand's old bleeding knitted jumper, and he's put it on his head and saying, doing this in front of my face, and I'm like, for God's sake.
That's the thing with comedy, right? It's like music. It's subjective. Not everybody's got the same taste. So one man finds funny, another man's not going to find it funny. And that's the risk to take.
One thing we can all agree on, right? Because we're going to finish now. One thing we can all agree on: DT is a wanker. Yeah, that's what we're all going to agree on. I hope you're watching, you fucking prick. Right? So anyway, that's the end of the show. Come and see us on Monday night, straight after for the game reaction, and the podcast on Tuesday. But I just want to say thanks to everyone in the comments. Thanks to everyone who's
Cheers,
watching.
Sonny.
And everyone on the channel. Take care, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Appreciate it.
Nice meeting you all.
Nice one.
Yeah.